example, who is someone that you love listening to? Who is someone that you love listening to? Anyone? 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 Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I won't hurt you, I promise. Okay, over here, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah, tell us. What do you love listening to?
Emma Watson.
Okay, and why?
I don't know, I love her like a person, so
Okay.
I think she's very interesting.
She's very interesting. Okay. Do you think she's a good communicator?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good communicator. Okay, okay. What makes her a good communicator?
I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry. By the end of the session, you'll know. Okay, okay. Anyone else? Yes, who said yes? Yeah. Ariana Grande. Why?
I think I like the way she phrases it. It's like she's always really gentle.
Okay, she's really gentle. The way she phrases things. Okay. What about how when she's speaking to people, how do you think she makes other people feel?
I think she really welcomes them too. Everyone who talks to her, she always makes sure to say, she always makes sure to say the right thing.
Okay, so she's always making sure to say the right thing to the other person to make them feel comfortable. Okay, good. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Yes.
Well, there's a YouTuber I used to watch on Flyer.
Okay.
He has like very good pronunciation.
Good pronunciation.
He was just interesting to listen to, and he was the first YouTuber I started watching when I started to learn English.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Good. Good. So there's no right or wrong answer. I just want you to start thinking about why you like to listen or watch certain people speak. And by the end of the session, hopefully I kind of open your eyes as to what makes a good communicator. Because it's not just what you think it is, of what you learn in English class. There's much, much more to it. So, first of all, let me show you. So, public speaking 101. We're going to look at a few different things today. And at various times, I'm going to ask you to do some vocal activity and vocal exercises. So you're all going to sound really fun and you're going to enjoy it. So first of all, we're going to look at three different things. Vocal variety, we're going to look at body language, and the two of those things together are going to help you make a powerful connection and be great communicators, but not only in English, but also in Spanish. Yay! Thank you for your enthusiasm. So, why does this matter to you? Well, first of all, you want to be understood. You want to be understood because even in Spanish, sometimes you might feel that you're not understood. And that is because communication is more than just the words that come out of our mouth. And that's what we're going to really be focusing on today, is all of those other things that really can affect your communication. Sounding confident. Sounding confident is really, really important, at least to come across as confident. That is an important part of why communication is so important. Sharing your ideas clearly. If you've ever had one of those times where you're trying to get your ideas and thoughts out, and you just can't get your head around it, in Spanish or English, being taken seriously. If you're a good communicator, people take you much more seriously. If you're not a good communicator, a lot of the times you lose their attention. Well, real life is not just about school, right? So this is important for projects. This is important for debates and discussions. Asking for help, explaining your opinion, and also, most importantly, standing up for yourself. Good communicators are able to stand up for themselves because they're able to give their point of view and say the why, which is important. Some of the things, we'll talk about some of these more later, but some of the physical skills, for example, making eye contact. Every single one of the people that you mentioned that were good communicators, I bet you have great eye contact. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and they're just looking down at the floor? How does that make you feel? Or vice versa? Eye contact is crucial to good communication. Projecting your voice. So, if you're in the classroom and you're giving a presentation, you need to be able to project your voice so you can hear it back there. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me? And that's what I need to be able to project my voice. It's important, right? So, hi, how are you? Right? But also projecting your voice depending upon the situation. You know, if you, for example, if you go to church and you're projecting your voice to your friend over there, you're not going to say, hey, hi! You're going to say, hey, how are you? You're going to project your voice in a different way. So you need to learn how to project your voice appropriately in the right situation. Cognitive skills, asking for clarification. If your teacher tells you something and you want to ask for clarification, you need to say, okay, so what I understood was, can you confirm if that is what if I'm understanding correctly? Expressing your opinions is also important for cognitive. Listening actively. I bet you everyone here thinks you're a good listener. But I challenge you to say, probably not as good as you think you are. And you know why? And including your teachers, by the way. You know why? Because we are always doing 2 or 3 things at once. Even if you think you can be on your phone and listen to your brother, sister, friend, mother, father, teacher, you're only giving a certain amount of a certain percentage to one of the tasks. You're not listening 100%. Listening actively shows. So right now, I'm looking at all of your faces. Okay? And I see many of you are making eye contact. Good job. Okay? Many of you are going, good job. That shows that you're listening actively. But also, when you're having a conversation with someone, listening actively also means checking in every once in a while. Saying, oh, so what you're saying is, we're asking a follow-up question. That's also listening actively. And then also, taking turns. Have you ever been with a group of friends, and one of your friends just controls the entire conversation? That's not effective communication. And do you think that friend is going to have issues or problems in life? Very possibly. Because they'll be looked at as the person who always controls the conversation. Right? And not giving others the time to speak or to ask their opinion. Which is really important. When you go into the workforce, working in teams is about taking turns and not taking control of everything. Right? And then eliciting or encouraging participation of others. So, even if you are a leader, it's really important that we always involve others in the conversation. Ask your friends what they think, what they feel, etc. Which is really, really, really important. Now, for those of you doing Cambridge certifications, this last one is really important in your speaking exam. Right? How are you involving your partner? If you go into your speaking exam and you dominate the conversation, that's not looked on very nicely. Right? They look at you and say, well, why are you trying to control everything? Right? So it's really important that you develop that skill. Okay, so this is not about being perfect. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need big or fancy words, doesn't matter. You don't need to be loud. And you do need awareness. So I wanted to start this session just by telling you the background because it's important that you start to realize that learning English is not just grammar. Sorry, teachers. Learning English is not just pronunciation. Learning English is a lot of different things that fall under the umbrella of communication. And these are skills that you can take, as I said, in any language. So, confidence is a skill, not a personality. Confidence is something you need to work at. Confidence is something you need to practice. You need to project it, and it comes with practice. So, nervous is normal. Who here gets nervous? Everyone, including me. Everyone gets nervous, even confident speakers. Nervous is not bad. Practice equals control. And so the next time you're nervous, remember it's okay. Nervous can actually be good. You know, for example, if you're going into your speaking exam and you're a little bit nervous before, that's a positive energy. Use it to your advantage, which is really important. Okay, so we're going to start doing some activities, and we're going to practice some different things. So first of all, we're going to talk about vocal variety. We're going to look at 4 key components, okay? We're going to look at pitch, which is how high or how low your voice is. We're going to look at tone, we're going to look at volume, and we're going to look at pace. All of those things can really affect how you communicate and how you are taken. So when I asked that question at the very beginning, who do you listen to and why? Some of the things that we're going to talk about, these people have perfected really, really well, which is important. So, first of all, you want to avoid a monotone voice. Okay? This is probably crucial, the monotone voice. You need to have variety in your voice. Could you imagine if I brought you in here at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, it's cold outside, you're like had to go from outside to here, you're freezing to death, and you walk in, and I'm standing here and saying, "Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Today we're going to talk about communication. Communication is really important." Can you imagine listening to that for 1 hour? Would that get boring? There are speakers out there like that, and they are not good communicators. So, avoiding a monotone voice, stretching your natural range, high pitch for excitement and surprise, and low pitch for seriousness and importance. So, we're going to practice now. So here we go. I want everyone to take a deep breath. Another deep breath. Now I want everyone to say, "Ah." Now we're going to play like a piano. Okay? I want everyone to go as low as you can go. "Ah." Lower, lower, lower. Okay, and now I'm gonna take you from the bottom of the piano to the top, okay? Good job, okay. Now we're gonna do reverse. We're gonna start from the top. Everyone go, "Ah!" Good job. Okay, now, one more time, and this time I want you to go really fast, okay? Starting from the bottom, really fast. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Okay. So now, everyone, I want you to say, "Hello, everyone." Very monotone. "Hello, everyone." Turn to the person next to you. "Hello, everyone." Now, I want everyone to say hi on hello, one. So, "Hello." Everyone. "Hello." Everyone. "Hello." Everyone. Okay, now turn and look at someone at the very opposite end and say it again. "Hello, everyone." Okay, on the count of 3. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So now, also, tone conveys whether you're excited, you're angry, you're sad, or you are sincere. Here, first of all, hold on, let's do this first. I want everyone to say, "I can't believe it." Now, I want everyone to be as happy as they can be. And I want everyone to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, I want everyone to be really angry. I want everyone to be really angry. And I want, on the count of 3, turn to the person next to you and say, "I can't believe it," really angry. 1, 2, 3. Some of you are not angry. I want you to imagine your teacher, you go back to class, and your teacher says, surprise, you have an exam. How do you feel? You're angry. Turn to the person next to you and say, I can't believe it. 1, 2, 3. Next. Now, that exam that your teacher gives you, you are so fabulous, you get 10 out of 10. You're surprised. So you turn to your partner and say, I can't believe it! Okay, now, I want everyone to practice their sarcastic tone. Who here is good at being sarcastic? Okay, good job. Okay, so I want everyone to practice being sarcastic. Okay, 1, 2, 3, be sarcastic. Some of you are better than others. Some of you are better than others. Congratulations. Okay, good. So, what's important? Volume. Be heard and emphasize. So make sure your voice reaches everyone. So as I mentioned, depending upon the situation. So if you're in the classroom, the way you project your voice is different than if you're in an auditorium, etc. Use change in volume for emphasis. And also, a sudden whisper can be powerful. In a moment, I'm going to give you an example. I'll tell you a quick little story and use that in a story to show you how it changes things. Okay, so let's look at this. So practice, everyone say, stop! 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 Good job. Now I want to say, stop! 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 Turn to the person next to you and whisper, stop. Now, normally. Now, yell stop to the person on the other side. Good job. Good job. This is the secret to great speaking. Everyone whisper. This is the secret to great speaking. And now, let's put it in different, let's pause in different parts. This, but in a lower tone, this is the secret to great speaking. So turn to the person next to you, say it softly with pauses. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when we are communicating, when we're talking, too fast is hard to follow. Imagine if I came in here and I said, okay, good morning everyone, today we're going to talk about Orsi, and I'm really excited about Orsi. How do you feel about Orsi? Can you understand me? Good job for you. Too slow, people lose interest. Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about Orsi. I'm excited. Are you? Can you imagine after an hour again? Okay, so that's also really important. So too fast, hard to follow, too slow, people lose interest. One thing, who, when they get nervous, speaks fast? Yeah? And that's common. That's common. So, my biggest advice, number 1, if you are really nervous and you need to speak in front of people, first of all, just take a moment. 2 or 3 seconds pause will save you in the end. Literally, take a moment, take a deep breath. And just then continue and start. It might seem like an eternity, that 2 or 3 seconds in the moment, but in the end, it will make a world of difference because it'll help you kind of get yourself back on track. Even if it's in the middle. If in the middle of the talk or the conversation, you realize that you're going 100 miles a minute, take a moment, take that deep breath, and continue. Use pauses for drama. I want to give you an example. I'm just going to make up a story. Okay? This is just a story I'm making up, okay? And in the story, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do a whisper, and I'm going to do a pause for the thing. So, this is just a made-up story, okay? I haven't even prepared the story. I'm just thinking in my head right now. So this morning I woke up and it was so cold, but I was really excited to come here to school. I ran out to my car, I opened the car, and I drove here, and they kept saying on the radio, it's Blue Monday, and I'm like, I'm not depressed, but they said, it's Blue Monday, but I'm excited, I don't know. But I got here to the security, and all of a sudden, just past the gate, they were there waiting for me. Now, in that story, I don't know what was really there waiting. Nothing was waiting. But as you can see, as the story, I took you through excitement, through speaking loudly, then I slowed it down, and then almost to a whisper. Using those pauses can really affect what presentation that you're giving and what message you're trying to get across. The next time you give a presentation, use a pause for drama, right? And I guarantee you, your audience will be eating out of your hands, I promise you. So now, say this fast and slow and naturally. So, and very fast, I want everyone to say, and that's why it matters. Fast, and that's why it matters. And that's why it matters. 3 times really fast, and that's why it matters, that's why it matters, that's why it matters. Okay, now, slow. And that's why it matters. Okay, again. Again. Now we're going to do it naturally, but we're going to add just a slight pause, just a slight one. And that's why it matters. And that's why it matters. So turn to the person next to you. I want you to make eye contact. Look that person in the eyes and say, and that's why it matters. Now, I'm going to challenge you, so I need your hands, okay? I see couples here holding hands, but I need your hands for just a second. I need your hands for just a second. And I need you to use one hand, because you're going to use some body language as well, okay? You're going to use some body language. So, turn to the person next to you and say, and that's, look him in the eye, and that's why it matters. Okay. Good job. Okay, do me a favor, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Okay, and face to face, face to face, face to face. Okay, okay, face to face, face to face. Okay, now, and I want you to do the same thing. So one hand, and that's why it matters. Okay, look him in the eye, look him in the eye. And that's why it matters. Okay, have a seat. I'm going to get you to stand up in a second. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Okay, I'm going to try something. So, when you are about to either present something or have a conversation or a discussion, people notice first the following. They notice where your eyes are focused. They notice if you are staring at the floor. They notice if you're looking at something behind them. That's one of the first things that they notice. Number 2, your expressions. Your face has subtitles. What does that mean? That means that sometimes what you're thinking comes across in your facial expressions. So even if you're thinking something negative, it's important to hide it from your face. Your face has subtitles, which is really, really important. And your posture, okay? Imagine this. Hi everyone, I'm excited, right? Or this, right? And your energy. If you walk in, you're like, guys, I'm about to give the presentation. I don't really want to. My teacher's making me give it, but here I go. Right? Your audience is going to notice that energy. So, body language, the silent measure. So first of all, your posture, okay? Your posture, okay? Your chin out. Posture, shoulders up, chin out. Stance, here. If you're standing like this, that conveys that you're not confident. Your position. So if you're giving a presentation in the class, where are you standing? Right? And your movement. What are you doing here? Are you just like this the entire time? Okay? Or are you doing something with these? This is important, right? You're at that level. So, what your body does while you speak can reinforce or sabotage your message. Imagine this for just 1 second. You guys are really great. I like every one of you. Did you see how that message changes? You guys are really great. I love every one of you. The message changes like that, all right? Of how you receive that message is incredibly important. So, your body talks before your mouth does. Keep that in mind. And that has nothing to do with your level. It doesn't matter. Your level could be here, 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 or here. Nothing to do with your level. Your body is the first thing that people notice and how you are communicating. So, descriptive, showing size or number. So, we can use our hands to say, it was huge, right? Or I was running, or I went, right? Something like that. Your teachers probably use their hands all the time because they're describing different things. Empathetic, show conviction. I really like Mexico. Suggestive, mimic actions, like this. Prompting, maybe you are having a conversation with a friend or something, and you want them to, and you just literally just go like this, which means I want you to speak, right? Not just me. This is really important. So we're going to practice again, but I need everyone to stand up. Okay. So now, look straight ahead, look straight ahead, look straight ahead. Okay. So I want you to stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. Chin up, stand tall. Look ahead, look ahead. Let me see. No, look ahead, look ahead. No, look here, look here, look here. Okay. Okay. Stand tall. Everyone stand tall. Okay. Now, some of you remember how your body does the talking. Some of you are not looking excited. Okay. Okay, so let's stand here. Now, we're going to do it here. We're going to slouch, slouch, stand tall. Slouch, stand tall. Slouch, stand tall. This is a good exercise. No, it's good. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, feel the difference. I guarantee you, the next time you have to give a presentation, if you just think of that, go like this, all of a sudden, it is half the battle. Number one. Next, say, I'm so excited to be here. So I want everyone to say, I'm so excited to be here. Now, I want you with a big gesture. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here. Now, I want you to say it with a flat one. I want you to, I'm so excited to be here. 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 Now, turn to the person next to you and say, I'm so excited to be here. 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 Not to be confused with 6-7. Okay. All right. So, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here. Now, I want you to pretend that you are giving a presentation. I want you to pretend you're giving a presentation, okay? And the people in front, you want them to say something and say, so you're going to put your hand out like this as if you want them to say something. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Good job. Yeah. Woo! Good job. Okay. So, have a seat. Congratulations. Yay! So, what confidence actually looks like. First of all, standing tall, looking up, not at the floor. So remember, be conscious of what that means. Looking up, not at the floor. Speaking clearly. Using your hands naturally. But again, it takes practice. It's okay. Sometimes it might feel a little weird, but it takes practice. Confidence, as I mentioned earlier, comes from practice. So, let's put everything together. So, everything we've learned today. So, I want everyone, one more time, stand up. There we go. Okay. Now, first repeat after me. Today, we have the power to make a difference. So now repeat exactly as I'm saying. Today, we have the power to make a difference. Today, we have the power to make a difference. Now, let's use our hands. Today, we have the power to make a difference. Now, I want you to go around and say this to 5 different people. Look them in the eye. 1, 2, 3, go. 5 different people, go. The last time we're all going to do it together on the count of 3, okay? Use your hands, your emotion, etc. 1, 2, 3. Today, we have the power to make a difference. Good job. Okay, have a seat. Just to wrap up, okay? So, I want to leave you with 2 things. First of all, this phrase here. Sometimes, some people think this. They think, I'm not good at speaking in public, I don't have any talents. But I'm here to tell you that all great speakers were bad speakers at first. So even if you think, something I struggle with, something I'm not very good at, I'm not good at it in Spanish, I'm not good at it in English, etc. Great communicators aren't born, they're made. Remember everything that I was mentioning today. There's 5 things I want you to take away today. Number 1, vary your pitch. At home, alone, in front of your mirror, nobody needs to know. Practice the activities or the vocal activities we did today. The piano, I know it sounded stupid, but it actually helps you with your voice. It helps you learn how to have tonal variation. Do it at home alone. Show emotion with tone. Practice saying the same thing with many different emotions. Teachers, you can also do this in your classrooms. Yeah? Control volume for emphasis. Practice saying something loud, normal, soft, and a whisper. Use pace to create drama. Again, as I mentioned, the next time that you do a presentation, I challenge you to add a little bit of dramatic pause for effects. And then finally, let your body language support your words. Remember, communication is so much more than words. Communication is so much more than having perfect grammar. If you make grammar mistakes, teachers, close your ears for just 1 second. Who cares? If you can be understood. In the real world, I'm talking beyond school. In the real world, if you make a mistake here or there, the world is not going to end. But how can you communicate? You can communicate because you're confident, you look people in the eye, you stand up straight, and you use your body language to communicate. That will make you an effective communicator, even if you make a few mistakes along the way. Right? So, thank you very much, everyone. Have a fabulous 2026, and I will see you all soon. Thank you very much. Thank you.